Hey, Captain Logos here, preacher at large, teaching the word, inspiring, 3 minutes at a time. Hey, there's this cool little thing that every now and then you see these things and you're like, man, God is so good. And in the New Testament and the Old Testament, man, they are so intertwined. And sometimes if you don't get in there and study, you'll miss a lot of this really good stuff. Now, we know that Jesus says that he's the way, the truth, and the life, and the only way to heaven is through him. And he's the Son of God, and we have to go through the Son of God to get to God, and we have to go through the Son of God to get to heaven. But if you read in John 1 and 51, he says to the people that you will see the heavens open up and the angels of God ascending and descending upon the Son of Man. Well, they didn't see that. So what was Jesus talking about? Well, what I came across this morning when I was reading in Genesis 28 and 12, Jacob was fleeing from Esau. And while he was fleeing, he has this dream. This is the reiteration of the promise of Abraham to Jacob now about him being a great nation, right? And if you look at that there in verse 28 and 12 of Genesis, it says that during that dream that Jacob saw a ladder. And now look at the verbiage. And the heavens opened up, and the angels of God were ascending and descending upon the ladder. Now, Jesus in John 1:51 says, soon you will see the heavens open up, and the angels of God ascending and descending upon the Son of Man. Look, Jesus is that ladder. He's connected Genesis to the New Testament. Jesus is that ladder, the only way to heaven, right? We have to have a conduit. Jacob understood that that place was the gateway to heaven, right? And Jesus uses that example. But unless we study the whole Bible, we may not catch all these little things that we get it. He says, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. But now he's even shown us from the Old Testament to the New Testament, and it all interacts, and it's all together, and it's saying the same thing. Jesus is the ladder, and he is the only way to God. Now, get your face in the Bible.